Okay, Zach, let's continue.
Stop talking to me. I know we have to continue, York. I'm trying to sleep here.
I wonder...
So many mannequins.
Oh boy, Tom's about to die. We're about to find his lifeless corpse in this bar, aren't we?
Just like these mannequins.
Well, either him or Carol. Start placing your bets, I guess.
How about both?
I'll bet both.
Well, let's see.
It could...
Oh boy, more red invisible. Well, at least they're not invisible walls. At least they're visible. So it's better than. So it's at least better than the way Detroit did it, where there's an invisible wall and then there's this red sign like saying can't go here for whatever reason.
You can't go here because David Cage won't allow it.
Basically, yeah.
Hey York, why don't you usually just use your melee weapon to break boxes when you're running?
You get $30 for killing zombies.
Because
FBI pays well.
Because Zach, the controls in this game are way too clunky for me to use a running melee attack.
Well, I guess, but dang, I mean, it would sure help you get away with your life quicker.
Well, tell that to the programmer, Zach.
that distant frame rate.
There's a lot of things to tell to the programmer.
It's just like Tales of Dystheria.
York, I could fill a book with things that we need to tell the developers of this game.
Alright.
What would that be?
Ooh, a first aid kit, medium. But I can carry it anymore.
You can't.
Thanks to the magical mojo that Emily has given to us, so we're actually already able to regenerate the health.
Okay, without spoiling any details, what is the general consensus of Deadly Premonition 2, aside from obviously the controls and the frame rate?
But the basic gist of it, the job is that it was terrible at launch. However, the community has been, playing it as it gets patched, and right now it's much better than it released, fortunately. But the general consensus is that the story delivers. That's the basic gist.
Excellent. Have they finished with the patching yet, or is it still in the process of being
we recently got one on October 2nd, the 1.0.4 patch that did do even further fixes, not just the bugs, but the frame rate is now much better than before. It actually has consistent frame pacing now.
Thank goodness.
But we don't know if it's the last one or not. We'll just have to wait a bit more. Let's see, because unfortunately they're not. Because when they try to ask Rising Star Games is very good at communicating with us, but unfortunately they themselves said we have no news to report this one, because unfortunately it's not Rising Star Games. Unfortunately, it's Toybox that has to be the one doing the patching and is deciding about patching stuff. So technically they don't have the information on them, since
Rising Star Games are more the concept guys.
Pretty much.
Rising Star Games only published the game. Toybox is the developer and publisher in Japan.
Rising Star Games is like that kind of company that basically tries to port to the West games that would not otherwise be localized
they're yet another working design successor.
I actually know them because I got to play the port that they localized for the West of Under the Feet, which was a Sega arcade game, and I think it was also on Dreamcast, but it was always Japanese exclusive until it actually receives a Western version thanks to Rising Star Games. It's a nice shooter. Nothing too spectacular, but it's a nice shooter nonetheless.
Die.
That combusted.
Pedro, I'm assuming you're still waiting until, I guess, the final report of...
I was actually the patch 1.03 patch actually came out in August. So by the time we got to late September, I was all like, I wonder if they're done patching. Maybe I should actually start now. But then I'll see for it. Maybe I'll wait till the end of it, until we finish recording this playthrough, and then I'll see. And then on October 2nd, there you go, 1.04 patch. Okay, so they're still working on it. I guess I'll wait a bit more then, just in case.
We do still have also other stuff to do in the meantime, so it's not like we have to wait for it.
Well, I'm not speaking so much for the sake of recording it, like for myself.
Oh, for playing for yourself.
I haven't actually played it myself yet.
Oh, well, here we go again.
Hey, Killer, how you doing?
Okay, now he's become the jigsaw
killer. I'm noping the fuck out of this.
You gonna start chasing us?
He got stuck in the crates. He got stuck. Oh, it's okay. Fortunately, the raincoat killer has the. Fortunately, the raincoat killer can teleport.
Of course.
What do you mean it's a scripted event and that's why he's there all of a sudden?
Wait,
No. He can teleport. That's it. It's one of his abilities, don't you know?
You know what's funny? It makes it look like York's accidentally running in circles to him those 2 times.
But also, yeah, there's another thing. I forgot if I mentioned it specifically. But another thing about Suspect, unless we're doing the thing that Detective Conan does by having the killer until the reveal being a generic silhouette and then the actual killer can be anyone of shape and size, I do wonder if the height and weight of the height and appearance of the killer, the raincoat killer, might be a clue on the actual identity, because a person of that stature and build, cannot be someone like Peter Griffin, but has to be someone else.
It really, well, again, like my theory is, I wonder if this is actually the old raincoat killer, seeing as that we never did actually figure out what happened to the old raincoat killer. Maybe it's his ghost or something, because again, these aren't supernatural segments, so maybe this is just like a magical representation of whatever evil we're facing, whereas the real killer is, out there and we have yet to actually...
Well, Jova, when the original raincoat killer, aka Harry's father, went on his killing spree, he was already probably at the very least a middle-aged man, since he had a fully grown son. So 50 years, so 50 years later, he's probably not alive anymore at this point.
To be fair, Pedro, middle-aged man on some high mystical drugs who did God knows what to his physiology. Mm-hmm. And secondly, again, supernatural stuff seems to be at hand here. So...
It also has to depend on, how much this story wants to diverge from the thing it's taking inspiration from. Because if you don't know, the gimmick in Twin Peaks is the fact that the mighty, fearsome killer called Bob, yes, that's his actual name, has the gimmick of potentially possessing someone and having them doing their dirty work, but still being him, the perpetrator of it. So we don't know if it might be a situation where the real mastermind is a vengeful spirit that is actually possessing the people of Greenvale, and at the end of the day, they might not have a real fault.
That is one thing that's a bit frustrating about the supernatural elements in this game. Yeah. We don't know how much they actually, have an effect on the overall mystery and plot here. Like, again, if they're strictly for just gameplay segments, or if they actually do play a part in the narrative here and there. Like, there clearly are supernatural elements, but the supernatural elements have not really ever been regarded in the story.
Oh no, there are supernatural elements, especially later on. It's just that it's just one of those things where originally the idea was not to have zombies. Yeah, we were gonna have that. Now I can actually say it. We were originally gonna have that stupid device that changed the people of Greenvale 50 years ago. Yes, but but as you may have noticed, like for example, Harry. Like we saw Harry being affected by it briefly before seeing his father woke him out of his stupor. So as you can see, that device doesn't necessarily turn you into these kinds of zombies that we're fighting. It just makes you go mad, because the people themselves weren't turning into full-blown gray zombies, in this style right here.
I can't just like you,
well, maybe Sweary's a fan. I don't know.
I can imagine that.
But so clearly these zombies that we're fighting right now and the people affected by the gas are different things. So my guess is, Jova, again, it boils down to the fact that these zombies are only here for gameplay purposes. For the sake
of grabbing zombies. Sorry, go on.
I was actually going to wonder if these zombies were ghosts of the people from, that big town purge or whatnot, whatever happened.
I can't tell you whether or not, Jova.
Oh, a piano. Oh, that's right. We're actually in the lounge of the club.
And there we go. We found our second clue.
What is it?
When we play something?
This isn't how they taught me how to use ice picks. No siree.
That's very bad in regards of a piano. Pull it away.
With an ice pick. Only 2 clues for this investigation. All right.
I guess York is very smart at piecing this thing together.
Let's see.
Watch there be some point where we only need one clue just to solve everything.
No, it's always at the
We're
very.
getting to a point.
It's always at the very least 2.
Still can't really figure much.
Huh.
She took a deer antler? Weird.
No, it looked like someone was putting this wooden pick on a deer head.
But what's it doing on the piano?
The
Well,
song.
we're not playing anything, but someone is.
Gotta love how
Whoa!
how the vines in this game
Well,
work.
that's certainly inviting.
Gotta love how the vines in this game work exactly like an old Zelda game, where okay, now you've solved the puzzle, now you can go through the door.
Pretty much.
Oh,
You
Hello.
again?
I'm not buying anything, sir. Please go away.
How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, BB? Oh my god, he's right behind us!
Oh no. Yeah, that's okay. I can just
Thank you for just throwing us aside and not
Mash
killing
the-
us.
Oh,
there you go.
before the frame rate collapses entirely, go.
Yes, run.
Wait, hold on. Gotta gently go over here. Alright, now it's
seriously,
done.
you just like a gentle step
Wait.
over.
Gently step over.
He doesn't want to damage what's in the boxes, maybe. I don't know.
There you go. Done.
Run into the safe darkness!
Wow. Oh.
Well, that
back
happened.
at the main world. All right.
Okay, now this is just getting kooky.
Like it wasn't already.
And then fuck. And then York notices on
So
one.
there you go.
Oh dear. So York notices then on the one of the stools near the counter Vincent, and he says, "First time."
That's one bizarre setup. Whoever
It's
made
a
this
secret
must be-
passageway, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Remember, that was one of the flashes we saw in the profile we just did.
You know, York, you could have just inserted in gently. You don't have to jam the finger like that
That's not
Wait,
cool.
maybe it has to be jammed
Nah,
in just
screw
like
that.
that in order to open it.
with extreme prejudice.
Ooh, a hidden passage. Let's see where it leads.
It's always a
Oh,
hidden
the lighting.
The lighting
Yay!
radically changed.
It changed to green all of a
That's
sudden.
way too radical for me.
This place is already terrible.
All right, let's see. By the way, a can of pickles will satisfy a small amount of your hunger.
Good to
But,
know.
but only if it's the pickles brand pickle. But only if it's the pickles brand pickles.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the basement we saw in that preview.
Oh, and
Yeah,
and there's the goddamn locket. Finally.
50 Shades of Green Veil.
No.
Yes.
Zach, okay, so it's not bonus footage. It's still part of the main feature. Perpetrator is exactly who I thought it was. First thing
What was up with that sound effect? It
It
sounded like
really
something was
interrupted
sneaking
the
up
mood
on
of the
him.
scene.
Oh shit.
Oh, okay, someone was sneaking up on Tom?
Okay.
You know, Job, I like that. He looked a bit like Goromi from Yakuza 0.
Yeah.
Or yeah, sorry, Kiwami.
Okay, looks like Thomas and Carol seem to be hiding something, most likely.
Yes, something that they're apparently willing to knock out York for.
So,
who are you singing to, Carol?
Carol,
The medal.
yeah, there's an Agent Honor medal in there. So,
Of course.
Maybe she's rehearsing.
She's combating stage fright.
What? That sigil.
Don't tell me that the song is an actual key towards a ritual.
no, it's not.
She has to perform it on that pentacle.
Imagine if the song was the plot, though. Even though it probably isn't.
It just spoils everything.
Oh.
I mean, it's kind of like when you get down to it, it's kind of like supporting me. Oh shit.
Well, some musicals do have that one song that details the
I'll
entire
mention
plot.
more later because this is, I think, a bit important.
Thomas, buddy, let's sit down and talk. I think.
He's feeling very beautiful today. Leave him alone.
Jesus, when I made the
Not a-
comparisons to Code Veronica, I was
This is the
kidding.
part where you just quietly go away.
Well,
I think he's a bit.
He's a bit too tied up at the moment to.
So he tied us up to listen to him.
You're an FBI
mouthing-
agent. Don't you know some secret kung fu moves or something?
He's a little incapacitated.
Did you really need to knock people out just so you could sing to them?
That's the thing, Shiroi. He knocked them out for a different reason. So, and that was episode 3.
So how will York get out of this one?
What a way to end, I guess.
Well, I guess somebody has to save him now.
So
Please be
Thomas apparently has a hobby of dressing up, putting a wig on, and mouthing to a recording of his sister singing.
Ooh, 400 bucks. Fancy.
I was gonna say something like, "Oh, turns out the sister was never real," but we'd actually have seen them both in the same room. So yeah.
Again, like I said, I was kidding when I was comparing this to
Previously
Code
during the
Veronica.
investigation.
During the investigation. Okay then, Zach. Let's pay Harry another visit and get to the bottom of all this.
And that one. And that one too. All red seeds.
Also, there was zombies here and there, but we don't feel the need to mention them. Oh, never mind. Now we do show the zombies. Kind
Well,
of.
now remember, Joe, it's the
Yes,
same.
sorta.
The rabbit people.
The rabbit people are not the same as the zombies that we fight in the
I
other
still
world
can't
section.
fathom. I still can't fathom the fact that in the police station we have that deer with the guns pointing at its head.
Zach. Okay. So it's not bonus footage. It's still part of the main feature. Perpetrator is exactly who I thought it was.
Oh,
Alright,
Hello.
so once again, beginning of an episode, so once again another dream. This is what York is dreaming while he's knocked out.
oh no! Please don't tell me these.
Oh, and look at that! Chapter 31, cat fight.
Oh, thank God, he can actually run.
Aw, let's have a nice talk with Daddy.
I'm sure that'll go very well.
Come on, child, speed up.
Sorry to, unfortunately, we're in dreaming a visual metaphor, so he'll never get
Come
to
on,
him.
if you run quicker, it'll save your mother.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very cruel.
Shiroi.
Feel bad.
Shiroi,
You go to the corner.
Shiroi, Tio, winning won't bring back Lucas's brother and mother.
Does it have to?
That's apparently what he wants to, but it ain't gonna happen.
Come on, boy, or it'll be too late.
Well, okay.
I'm not gonna wait for you because I'm far over your material.
If you don't hurry up, I'm gonna leave you in the forest by yourself.
Just like
That's a
Hansel
very
and
good.
Gretel.
That's a very
Your
scientific.
horrible father.
Oh, come on. Your dad's not that bad. He just has a few quirks to him.
He has a screw loose, is all.
Yeah, a few
Yeah.
quirks, like killing your mother right in front of you. Yeah.
Well, that's a
And
pretty
then-
unique quirk, I'd say. You know.
And then killing himself, too.
Yeah. Interesting
You're
person.
right for what?
It'll be too late to save me and your mother from a gruesome fate. But don't worry, boy. I'm sure you'll find a way to prevent it.
Come on, son. Are you trying to pad out the game's runtime?
Yes.
Yes, actually, that's the thing. I trust me,
very-
Dwebs. I'm going as fast as I can. I assure you.
At the very least, add an actual internal monologue or a narration or type of something. This type of
Yeah,
silence
you
is
just-
just.
And then they
Saying
repeat the same
over
thing.
and over.
Maybe that was the original idea, but they ran out of voice acting budget. I don't know.
Tap 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 tap.
Oh, trust me. Wait till I show you in the extras part the director's cut, Dwebs.
This section goes even longer.
No.
in here.
The footstep sound effects in the director's cut are so reverbed and echoey that it sounds like York is a horse. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
No, seriously, the footstep sounds in the director's cut sound like horse footsteps. It's like York is a horse.
Wow.
Whereas this one
oh, look,
really
we
sounds like.
Oh, look, a trading card.
So who could it be?
In York's dreams.
Brian Zender
Morgan,
Morgan, aka
father.
aka his father. Yeah.
Is there any reason why? Oh, of course, I know why.
Get a haircut, dude.
I know why his father's face is in shadows. It's the fact that it's York's model.
It's because, Jova, remember, they
It
had...
was actual agent Kyle MacLachlan, or similar to that as a model.
That model...
We didn't want it to have copyright infringement.
That model is way too similar to Agent Cooper from Twin Peaks, so we have to put a little... See, now it doesn't look like Agent Cooper. So...
You know...
You're so clever.
Not Twin Peaks now, we swear.
You know, this is literally Twin Peaks fan fiction. It turns out the son of Agent Cooper is the protagonist of this. Although Agent Cooper kind of went insane, killed his wife, and then himself.
Well, kinda. That's something that I was mentioning. I was wondering if this game... Remember, this game was made before the revival of Twin Peaks. So I do wonder if... one of the original, if the actual game will end kind of the same way the original Twin Peaks series ended.
This game started development in 2004, so yeah.
Without spoiling stuff, let's just say that it's not a complete positive ending, and it was screwed by Network because of cancellation.
Of course.
This game was originally going to come out in 2008, but because of the whole, overhaul to avoid copyrights, they had to delay it for 2 years. In fact, Jeff Kramer actually had to come in and re-record every single line of dialogue where he said the original name David Yenning.
Wow. Emily? Oh god, he really does see his mother and Emily.
That would make for an awkward relationship, huh?
Wait, so did his mother cook like Emily does too?
Please, no.
Don't you see, Tio? It's because of how
Maybe that's why she had to die.
It's because of how Emily cooked.
Hey, Willie.
Really?
What are you doing here in this, Willie?
Well, you know what they say. You know what? If he's here, that means his owner is not too far. But what is Peter Griffin doing in Little York's dreams?
That's the thing too. Kazan will not show up in the stream because, as you can see, the dream is over.
Oh.
Oh.
Maybe this is foreshadowing for later. I don't know.
Maybe York just really likes doggos.
Oh, hello.
Whoa, we
the
got
three
quite
victims so far.
Wow, we got quite a party going on here. But wait, hold on. If the victims are here, why were the twin boys here?
Well, remember, Jova. Remember when Becky died? A Kazan doll.
Also, Jova, horror, creepy children.
Wait, maybe the connection is everyone who's interacted with the two boys.
Now remember, but it's also symbolic because the boys have said that the victims are forest goddesses, so they're acting as their angels.
Yep, very good too.
What the?
Oh, the trees bleed. Good to know.
Trees can bleed, but they usually don't bleed red blood.
Well, unless you're in hell, Jova. According to Dante, the suicide forest is chock full of bees.
You see, Teo, I love myself some David Lynch imagery.
Oh.
It's not quite as surreal, we'll say that. Lynch can really fuck up with your visuals. And I mean, in a sense that it makes you feel bad inside.
I was soon fated to meet him. What do you think of those?
So, maybe Tom really was the
York, this is Zach speaking. Priorities. Please get out of that contraptions first, we'll talk more later.
Yeah, I'm afraid he's a bit too tied up at the moment, too, as you can see.
Come on, why can't we have some extreme duty action to get free?
With a pocket knife.
And what are you doing here, by chance?
Well, he just said he saw York going into the bar and he went after him, and then he
You're
told...
such a good Samaritan, aren't you?
And then he did tell the police, as you can see. So, yeah.
Wait, is that why Willie showed up in York's dream? Because Willie is sort of helping out?
Sorry, Jova, but I'm gonna have to hold on to that until the end.
And I owed York big time too. You guys didn't tell anyone about that whole thing with Diane. I want to help.
Aww, how nice.
Kason, I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, exactly. Please GTFO.
This is a police matter.
You don't even live here, dude.
Everything to us from here.
Well, it's a bar. Technically, he can be coming in as a customer.
Look. No, but I mean, like, he's been here for a few days, I'm guessing, and he's usually just here to sell stuff. Like,
Oh, true.
They're the generic
But remember, Shira, he can't leave town until York says he can, as we said.
Yeah, you're right. He really does look like Peter Griffin in the close-ups.
Again, hey Lois, remember when I was stuck in a video game?
Really happening here in
Oh
Green Bay.
god. Can you imagine a cutaway to this?
Let's focus on looking for York.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, let's focus on finding York. Yeah.
Cigarette butt around here.
Oh, follow the cigarette trail. Please
Oh.
don't use the dog for sniffing them, it's bad for his nose.
They
Looks
get dogs to sniff drugs at airports. I'm pretty sure a box of
Well, Teo, as you can see, he's helping voluntarily, so might as well.
Sure, why not?
He's a good doggo.
What do you think, officers? Let him help you out, why don't you? Oh, he'd make a fine police dog.
Once again, same thing with George Dio. If Kaysen's the killer, he's being very helpful.
Come on,
And
George,
honestly, the
let's try
doggo
and
seems
help
to
us.
like York,
They're
so
civilians.
Do you have a better
could
plan?
be helpful.
As we speak, York
Boy,
might
I've just learned today that this town's police station doesn't have any proper bloodhounds.
Also, this sounds a bit personal.
Well, remember,
for me.
Jova, like Pedro mentioned, they didn't really needed them until this point.
I know, but usually it's police procedure to have.
Well, as you can probably, as we've seen before, Jova, George is a bit hard-headed.
I can understand.
Remember, he likes having control of the situation because reasons.
Oh, he does.
Now
yes.
even civilians are helping out.
York missing in action. I'm back in charge. York would be
Also, police dogs are usually breed-specific, aren't they? So this dog
So-
couldn't actually be a police dog.
So, who do we get to control in the absence of York?
Emily.
A doggo? Oh.
I was hoping George, damn it.
Either are fine. Either are fine.
follow York's trail.
So does this mean we can now do side quests as Emily instead?
No, doing these particular chapters will be locked to the main story.
welcome to the
Oh, so we don't get to have a cooking segment.
Oh.
Well, we already finished that storyline anyway, so.
Okay, so now we'll be playing as Emily.
Alright, everybody, tune in next time where we play as Emily, and the game will introduce what is, in my opinion, its most bizarre music track.
Oh,
Really?
Keep in mind what I'm saying. We haven't heard the most bizarre piece of music in this game.
How? How is that possible?
Well, we'll see in the next part.
See ya then.
See ya.
Yeah.